Champ, you hear me?
Make sure y'all get the jersey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, sit down,
All right, my
man.
bad.
Press. James, you told us yesterday that you knew that Chris would have a big game. What made you have that feeling?
How much he cares and how much work he puts in, you know. With this only being a year that he's been here, you know, obviously you see what he does, you know, when he's on other teams, but how much he loves the game of basketball. So I know he was beating himself up after game one. He called me, we talked a little bit, and I said, don't worry about it. You know, the win's all that matters, and I just knew he was going to come back and be aggressive, and that's what he did. So he got some shots to fall, and that's all it took.
Gerald, Kim Davis from Chalk Talk. Can you talk about just your game tonight, especially in the second quarter? It seemed like you kind of got your energy and your offense really seemed to kind of get the team kind of back into it.
You know, my job is fairly easy. Just try to just bring a lot of energy on both ends of the floor, and you know, just try to just find your open spaces in the offense to be able to knock down shots. I'm actually blessed to be able to play with the MVP and Chris Paul, and you know, those two guys be able to, you know, get inside the defense and make easy plays for guys like us and the shooters on the team. So I think my job today was just to get open, cause energy, hit down shots, and just try to you know, try to play energy on both ends of the floor.
Jonathan Fagan, Houston Chronicle. James, in a game and a game and a half really, where the threes aren't falling for you guys the way they normally do, what does it mean to have a guy who is not going to be shaken by that and just keep taking them the way he normally would in Gerald?
Well, first, that's what Coach preached. Like, you know, we shoot the three ball, and we shoot it well. You know, like I said, you know, tonight, you know, we got more than we had last game in the fall. But since he's you know, put a jersey on, a Houston jersey, you know, he reps the city to the fullest, and the energy that he brings to come into the game and be that game changer. That's what we need. You know, that's his role every single night. And since he's been here, he's been doing that. You know, knocking down shots, being active. He had a great block, rebounding the basketball, 11 to 12 rebounds. He's just not a shooter, you know, and so we're blessed and fortunate to be able to have him on our team.
James, Mark Berman from Fox, you've had so much on your plate since you've come here, and on a night where the ball doesn't necessarily fall for you, you're 2 for 18.
They didn't?
And you won by and you won by 20. How special is that for you?
I'm more happy than anybody right now, believe it or not, you know, just because I'm not really worried about my shot. You know, like those same shots game one, they went in. You know, in game three, I'll shoot those same shots, you know. But I'm fortunate to have guys like, you know, Gerald and just the entire team, you know, to be able to have my back on both ends of the floor. And so, I mean, I just try to, you know, make an impact on the game in other ways, you know, and not just offensively. So, you know, happy we got the win. Now we got to focus on game three. That's when, you know, the series starts now.
Gerald, James talked about you representing Houston. You've talked so much about being home. How proud are you of what you did tonight for this team and for the city?
I'm very proud, but and each time I step on that court, I'm proud, and I hope I make the city proud. But I have a lot more things that I want to do for the city, and that's, you know, bring a championship. So, you know, we still have a long journey ahead of us. This is only 2 games, but what we did was what we're supposed to do is protect home court. Mm-hmm. Now we got to go out there in Minnesota and keep the same energy that we had today's game, and let's take care of business. I know it's going to be a tough environment there, but if we just keep doing what we're supposed to do and stay locked in like we've been locked in, let him lead us, we'll be fine.
James, there hasn't been a lot of discussion about how good the defense was tonight, particularly in that second quarter. Is that little stretch you guys played there, is that as challenging and as tough on it as you were defensively as you've seen all year?
Like, offensively, we're going to shoot a lot of threes, and we're gonna play our style. We're going to play fast. Everybody knows that. But we don't really get a lot of credit for our defense and being able to, you know, get multiple stops in a row to ignite our offense. And tonight was that example. We had 37 points in that second quarter, kind of blew the game open, you know. And so the more we can find ways to get multiple stops in a row, our shots will be a lot easier, our layups will be a lot easier, and it'll be even tougher to beat us.
James, Davide Chinellato, Gazzetta Italy. Going back to your mindset when you had an off night like this, with your shooting, can you tell us about the difference between this year and last year, when you know you have Chris and Gerald hitting big shots, and you don't have to force like?
I got better players around.
What?
Better players.
Oh yeah.
better players on both ends of the floor that have my back, and I know that.
Helps you mentally, helps you from a mindset point.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about me shooting the basketball. I miss what 16 shots today, and I'm gonna shoot the ball. And when you got guys behind me telling me keep shooting, that's your shot. I'm gonna keep shooting. And then on the defensive end, I just got to make sure I'm locked in and create the energy. You know, make sure my rotations is really good, and just keep communicating.
James, you touched on it.
Does that take away the sense of urgency when you know you're not struggling, but you don't have to press?
Yeah. Yeah, you look up, and I didn't even know what I was shooting, but I knew I wasn't making a lot of shots or any. But we were up 15, 17 points. That made me feel really good, you know. So I can have something, you know, to go back on if that happens again. That I know defensively, if we get stops, we're more than capable of winning games.
Hey, James Matten, Channel 11. You touched on it earlier. Just your mindset going up to Minneapolis and trying to.
It's gonna be tough.
2-0 and.
Extremely tough. That crowd, that city, you know, they haven't been in the postseason in some years. They got a really good team, you know, at home, and so, you know, nothing's changed for us. You know, we've been a pretty good road team all year. You know, go out there, execute, limit our turnovers. I think we had 9 turnovers today, so that's a plus. You know, we can't give them easy buckets, easy opportunity, and just make it tough. Make it tough for every guy on that team. You know, and I think if we get that and still have confidence in our shot, like we haven't shot the ball well at all yet. You know, so knock down some shots and we'll be good.
Gerald, Chris Mouton with Southern Daily News. Can you expand what it really means to you to put on the Houston jersey and coming out playing for Houston in the playoffs?
I mean, it means more than a dream. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know how to really put this. I mean, this moment right here I'm living right now is everything that I've dreamed about since I was, you know, 5 or 6 years old. So, you know, right now I'm just living. I'm staying in the moment, but at the same time I'm trying to stay locked in because I still have a bigger goal that we need to achieve. It's not about just getting into the playoffs. It's actually about winning the championship and bringing the championship to Houston. So we still got a lot to do. We still got a long ways to go, but I feel like I'm focused and locked in on my journey.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.